Luchando contra la gentrificación. La gentrificación es este proceso por el cual las personas originarias de los barrios se ven desplazadas por gente con mayor poder adquisitivo, es decir, gente que viene de otros países.
Hey guys, my name is Madi and you are welcome to Madi Speaks. Now, I am well aware that most of you guys who watch my videos are reasonable individuals. You're smart, you are intelligent people. So, I just want you guys to do me a favor, okay? Share this video everywhere you can because I specifically prepared today's video for all the airheads and all the liberals who think that border control is racist and that ICE is evil for trying to get rid of illegal immigration in the United States of America. I'm not going to talk too much today. I'm just going to let them see what citizens of countries like Mexico has to say to the handful of their people, I mean the American people who are residing in Mexico. So 3 days ago, which was 4th of July, as patriotic Americans, we are busy celebrating their country, and liberals, we are also busy skulking about. Residents in Mexico, particularly Mexico City, we are also busy protesting the few American immigrants residing in their country. According to these Mexicans, okay, the gringos are oppressing them with their dollars and their higher purchasing power. Okay, these gringos stay indoors all day, making so much money in dollars by just working on their computer, on their laptops, and getting paid by their American companies. And now, as a result of their fat bank accounts, these gringos have gentrified their neighborhoods, raised the cost of living just by being there, and the Mexicans, whose illegal brothers and sisters your American liberals are rioting for every day in America, want you Americans gone from Mexico. Take a look.
Pues el día de hoy estamos luchando contra la gentrificación. La gentrificación es este proceso por el cual las personas originarias de los barrios se ven desplazadas por gente con mayor poder adquisitivo, es decir, gente que viene de otros países, en su mayoría extranjeros, a querer imponer su cultura, sus precios y desplazar a los mexicanos, a los nativos de estas tierras.
Vengo porque la gentrificación solo es un paso más a la colonización, a los despojos y a que exploten nuestros recursos. Ahorita es con la gente, pero ya falta poco para que cuando se les acabe el petróleo, el agua, el litio en otro país,
se vende, se cuida y se defiende.
Y el motivo por el que nos hemos reunido.
The reason we've gathered here is precisely to hear the thoughts of many victims, mainly young people today, for whom it's almost impossible to live, to find housing. It's not just that, we're living the consequences of gentrification, which is the government directing its public policies towards people with higher purchasing power, often illegally displacing local population who have lived in these neighborhoods for 40, 50, and we have documented cases of up to 60 years.
So yeah, they don't want you there. They don't want your dollars. They don't want your English. And they sure don't want your presence in their country. According to them, you can come as a tourist, okay? But don't even think about becoming an immigrant, illegal or legal. They don't care, okay? Now think about this. Americans, regular people, not billionaires, regular people are moving to Mexico City because, let's be real, life in a lot of US cities have gotten so expensive, dangerous, and even in some cases, depressing, okay? Now, these Americans want better. Lower cost of living, better weather, they want to escape woke politics, etc., etc. And now Mexicans are telling them, leave our country. You are ruining our culture. Now, imagine if the reverse was the case. Imagine if Americans held a protest in, say, Texas, saying, Mexicans are gentrifying our town. They are raising prices, changing the culture. They should go home. They can't speak the language. You know what would happen? You would be cancelled, okay? Fired, maybe even doxxed. But when the roles are reversed, crickets, okay? Nobody's saying anything. You know, situations like this make me laugh at the stupidity of liberals when I see them waving the Mexican flag for illegal immigrants in America. Illegal immigrants who are residing in the country illegally, making millions and millions of US dollars and sending it back to their home people in Mexico. These illegal immigrants who broke into the country, who broke the immigration law by forcing their way into the country, are being championed by crazy liberals who would be immediately kicked out from Mexico when they go there to live. These liberals waving the Palestinian flag, the Iranian flag, any flag but the US flag. That is peak ignorance. Isn't it crazy that when Americans legally move to another country, they are treated as invaders, okay? Meanwhile, these same Americans are supposed to roll out the red carpet for millions and millions of illegal immigrants crossing into their country every year. It is upside down logic, and it proves what many on the right have said for years, which is that borders matter, culture matters, sovereignty matters, okay? For years and years, people have been told that borders do not matter. Everyone should be able to live anywhere. It is all one big global village. But now we are seeing the truth. Everybody cares about borders, okay? Especially when it is their own border. Mexicans are saying, this is our country, our neighborhood, our culture. And you know what? That is totally fair. But then, why are Americans not allowed to say the exact same thing when their towns change overnight because of unchecked immigration? It is always, shut up, okay? You are privileged. You're a white privileged person, until the same thing happens somewhere else. And suddenly, it is a national emergency. Now, let me say this, okay? Gentrification isn't a crime, okay? It is a natural consequence of supply, demand, and mobility. If you don't like it, then build more housing, reform your zoning, fix your economy. But blaming foreigners for your country's policy failures, that is stupid, okay? That is the very same thing that the US citizens are not allowed to do right in the United States of America, right? In fact, if an American said these same things about immigrants in Los Angeles or New York, they would be cancelled on the spot, fired, banned from social media, and called every name in the book. But when it is Americans abroad, suddenly, national identity and economic anxiety become valid again. Isn't that convenient? But honestly though, every country has the right to protect its people, its culture, and its economy, including Mexico. But so does the United States of America. If you think it is okay for Mexico City residents to push back against foreign influence, rising rents, and cultural change, then you cannot turn around and demonize Americans who want the exact same thing in their own home, in their own country. The liberals can't keep playing both sides of the globalist nationalist coin. Sooner or later, they're going to have to choose. And until then, let's just sit back and watch their cognitive dissonance burn. If you found this video eye-opening, give it a thumbs up and share it with someone who still thinks that borders are just imaginary lines, okay? Drop a comment below. Do you think that these Mexican protests are justified, or is it a taste of the left's own medicine? Subscribe for more content that cuts through the noise, and I will see you on the next video. For now, peace.